you've got Water Talk on TikTok. You've got Stanley that has 275% year over year increase in quencher sales. And I think really the question I had for you guys is, what else do you guys see that they're doing right? What makes this brand interesting? And do we think that they can continue the momentum?
The one thing that strikes me is they've got a great balance of mass distribution and scarcity all at once. So you see these frenzied videos of people trying to pull them off shelves. Yet the village, well, the town that I live in is only 22,000 people. It's about 5 miles in diameter, and there's this tiny little store. It's only about 2 meters wide and 4 meters long. And the thing that they have inside their front door is Stanley cups. And this was December 23rd for last minute shoppers like me. And it's sitting beside Carhartt and all these other adjacent brands that are for the right kind of customer. But I just thought it's that balance of distribution and scarcity that's incredible that they're able to balance those two things off, because distribution for me is such an important balancing act to get right at the best of times.
Another preaching of Nick Kaplan is, plan your business to your customer file. You'll get your distribution relatively right so that, inventory kills. It really does. Too much inventory is a whole nother topic, and not enough inventory, another topic. It's funny when I grab the Stanley, I should be like, oh, it's so hot right now. It's on fire.
Not an endorsement.
I think that
you can also do curls with it,
Exactly. I mean, if you take the 2 quenchers and fill them with water, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think that it goes back to a lot we talked about last week vis-a-vis, never really wanting to raise capital when you need it, and changing when you can, not when you have to. And I think that's the problem, is to go back to something Jess said, which I thought was really the crux of it, to have that acceptance or that tolerance for risk, so to speak, which really let's just assume, right, that Stanley makes these for like $5. I mean, I'm going to use a round number. 5 times 10, $50,000. For a $50,000 investment to buy those 10,000 units, right, that sold out right away, right? I think it was like 5,000 and 5,000, Jess, you told me.
Yeah.
And that basically put them on the map. So what I'd say is, yes, it can stay hot. I think that when my daughters are young, they're 7 and 11. And when that sector kind of goes into something, sometimes it's, the kiss of death for the older consumer that everybody wants. But I would be long on Stanley.
You're long on Stanley? Yeah.
Do they go from do they have another comp of like 275%? I mean, my wife couldn't find these at the holiday time. My sister had procure them from somewhere. Maybe from Vinny, next time I'm going to call you to go to your shop.
Yeah.
Well, you've just killed Stanley aspirations for your kids, because when they see their dad drinking at them, they go, "That's not for me."
I'm not a Stanley guy, but I do think it's really interesting. And again, this world, our world is led by women. I mean, it's a woman's world, and how brands. I get it that there are tons of men and there are products that focus on men, but this brand gained its success through women.
Yes. And I will just end on Stanley with the quote from Ashley to also, not only to Stanley, when she basically told them they're missing this marketing opportunity, but to other brands as well. She said, any brand on the planet that isn't marketing to the 25 to 50-year-old woman is really missing the mark.